don't we take it back then? Why is a police chief capitulating to a tiny faction that has hijacked a flag that to the rest of us means...
Because he's a coward. People need to stop People need to stop bowing down to these woke maniacs, these woke mobs. So the LAPD police chief bans the thin blue line flag that supports fallen police and supports the idea that is the thin blue line between chaos and order. So the LAPD police chief banned this flag because he said it represents racism and bigotry and all this nonsense crap. The real reason why he banned this flag because he's trying to appease woke people. I mean, one person that I read an article and it said the reason that he banned this flag was because one person made a complaint that said the flag made her feel or him feel uncomfortable. Now, for a group of people that claim that they're so oppressed, that claims that everything is so against them, and they have so much power that one person can complain about a flag that supposedly make them uncomfortable. One person can complain about this, and the police chief bans the flag from being displayed in the public or in the police office or whatever. It's just so stupid. Like, why would you, as a police chief, why would you ban a flag that supports police and that support the fallen police that died serving the city that they serve? I'm not 100% back to blue kind of person, but a flag that support fallen police and a flag that support the idea that it's the thin blue line between chaos and order. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that flag. I mean, make no mistake. People like to crap on the police all the time, but if cops wasn't there to do their job, it would not be this utopia that everybody think it is, that the anarchists think it would be. I mean, cops do bad stuff and they should be held accountable when they do bad stuff. But they also do a lot of good, and overwhelmingly more good than bad, in my opinion. So I just wanted to play this video I saw on Fox News about the situation so you can see some of the context in this situation. Let's see.
There's been a significant and disturbing increase in gun-related law enforcement deaths last year. Firearm-related fatalities claimed the lives of 64 police officers, contributing to a roughly 21% increase from the average of 53 per year from the previous decade. And the top two causes of firearm deaths: ambushing police officers and handling domestic violence calls. This is according to data from the National Law Enforcement Memorial Fund. And that's exactly how two officers lost their lives last year in Connecticut. Police say Sergeant Destin DiMonte, Officer Alex Hamzy, and Officer Alec Ayurodo were responding to a domestic violence call, and it turns out the call was to lure the officers to the home. The gunman...
Yeah, a domestic violence call. Like, who think you're going to go to a domestic violence call and end up dead? Like, people need to stop. Like, cops deserve a lot of respect that do this kind of stuff, and I feel like in today's society that respect is surely lacking.
Shot and killed DiMonte and Hamzy. Ayurodo was shot and injured. The gunman fired 80 rounds at police before he was shot and killed. This was the 911 call that night.
80 rounds. So for all the people that saying that they should send like social workers out to these kind of calls, like the cops got caught out there and got shot at 80 times. Like, I don't think you should be sending social workers for situations like this.
Shots fired, shots fired. More cars, send everyone. Officer shot, officer shot.
That's what our nation's police officers potentially face every day on the job. So when the LAPD decided last week to ban the thin blue line flag that honors fallen officers, It sparked outrage. LAPD says the reason is because it, quote, represents racist and bigoted views. Harris, I'd like to cover as well what specifically the police chief said. We can put it up here. He defending the band by saying that the thin blue line flag has been hijacked by extremist views. He says it symbolizes support for violent views and of those represented by the.
This guy is such a damn coward. It do not symbolize extremist views because some extremist groups might use the flag. Like some extremist groups use the American flag. Do the American flag symbolize extremist views? Should the American flag be banned from public areas? That's so stupid. Like if you want to talk about a flag that symbolizes extremist views, what about the Black Lives Matter flag? What about the Antifa flag? Those flags are responsible for burning down whole neighborhoods. Those flags are responsible for beating innocent people over the head with sticks because they don't agree with your political messages or political agenda. Like it is nowhere near as many extremist groups that fly the thin blue line flag as it is the extremist groups that fly the Black Lives Matter and Antifa flags.
By others. Why don't we take it back then? Why is the police chief capitulating to a tiny faction that has hijacked a flag that to the rest of us means? Because
he's a coward. People need to stop bowing down to these woke these woke mobs. They're the only reason they get away with this stuff is because people are scared of them. They're not nothing. They're just a loud, small group of people that get away with everything because corporations bow to them, and they have so much power, and they don't, like, they're not nothing.
Wholehearted, unwavering support for those who have sacrificed their lives in the line of duty. How can he capitulate?
Politics is a drug, and he's flexing woke.
Exactly.
He obviously believes that by doing this, he solves the problem of having to deal with the rhetoric that puts his men and women in harm's way, and at the same time balance out, as a true leader, finding those among you who may not be doing their jobs correctly. That's why they call it leadership. It actually isn't joining a band. And so you have to make tough decisions, and it sounds like, it smells like, and possibly is.
Yep. That is leadership, but this guy is not a leader. He's a coward. He's a coward that been to a group that bends to one person that denounce and spit on his whole police force because of one person complaining about a flag. That's not a leader. That's a coward. And all these cops should go on strike and tell this guy resign, in my opinion, because he's not standing up for them. If they can't fly a flag that represents fallen police officers, why is this guy the chief? So yeah, that's my thoughts on that. So like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video.